Hey guys, join my wife and I as we review One Piece chapter 1153. We're finally getting to Elbaf and Loki's backstory. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, so am I. Okay, so chapter recap. The chapter title is called Loki's Birth. We continue the backstory of Loki and Howardin's dad, King Harold, and his slow progression from a mean, human-hating tyrant to a thoughtful and uniting king. He encounters a woman giant on an island during his young travel days, and he saves her from humans whom he thinks are enslaving her. However, the woman, named Ida, gets in Harold's face and slaps him, something he's likely never encountered in his whole life. Talking back, it's revealed that the humans were actually helping Ida make a living and were caring for her wounds. This began the slow process of change for King Harold. He came to a point where he no longer thrived for violence, but instead for a voice that united non-giants and giants alike. He eventually had a baby with Ida, which of course is Howardin, the firstborn son. But because of Ida not being a pureblood giant, one with an ancient lineage, the elder giants back at Elbaf encourage him, King Harold, to later marry a pureblood named Estrid. From the north of Elbaf. Estrid couldn't have been more different from Ida, as she was stuck up, snobby, and wanting everything for herself. They eventually have a baby named Loki, but to her terror, when she first sees Loki, he has eyes of a demon serpent. We finally get to see what is behind the bandages of Loki. Estrid freaks out upon seeing her baby and demands that it be killed. That's right. She's goes all the way to wanting to kill her own baby because she doesn't like the way he looks. Keep in mind that Harold is not here for the birth, so he's not present when all this takes place. She takes baby Loki and casts him off of the ledge, plunging him to his seemingly death in the underworld, or that's what she thought at least. The last scene of the chapter shows a bloody and bruised baby Loki climbing up the Elbaf world tree by himself, back up to the land of the giants and the sun.
It makes me sad.
I know. Thoughts on what happened?
I want to destroy Loki's mother.
Yeah.
What the heck?
I know. When we first get introduced to her, she's all about getting the all the treasure.
She's redoing the castle. She's getting the treasure.
Yeah, putting her stamp
all
on
the
it.
Fancy stuff or whatever.
Yeah, she wanted all the treasuries to be put in her bedroom,
or something like that. Yeah.
Ridiculous. Yeah.
So
Crazy.
She's obviously, a gold digger or whatever you want to call it.
Yes.
But it's just, I felt so bad for baby Loki.
Same.
One, he can't help how he looks when he's born, obviously, of course.
Right.
And then two, there's probably a reason behind why his eyes are like that. Maybe to be disclosed sooner down the line.
Right.
But I would assume Harold has the ancient giant blood, and then so does the mom. So because they had a child together, I'm assuming it's probably something related
with
to
that, with an ancient lineage,
some
ancient
sort of ancient bloodline, which
Yeah.
might come into play later with.
Well,
Loki's story,
we do see Loki's, and of course we'll put it on the screen. We do see Loki's horns, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Well,
Loki's
she has,
horns.
but
Oh, does she have them too?
she does not have.
Oh, okay, yeah, but Harold has that,
But
right?
Harold has
Yes. So, but that shows that Loki has that, pure blood.
He's also
lineage,
enormous.
yeah, and he's a massive baby, right? As
Yeah.
we already know, Loki is full person
Way
length higher
taller, yeah.
than the other giants, even, right?
Yeah.
So very interesting. Okay, so what do you think your most significant moment was? Do you think it was the Loki situation? Anything in the first half of the chapter
And
that stuck out to you?
it's also so his you could tell Harold actually really loved Ida, Hardin's mom, and not that he didn't care about, I don't even remember her name, so it doesn't matter.
Estrid.
Not that he didn't care about Estrid, but you could tell he was more just
he didn't care as much.
I had to do this because that's what they told me I had to do.
This is what kings have to do.
Yeah.
Or this is what I have to follow.
And he's all torn up about world peace and trade matters, and she's just new curtains. So,
yeah, and obviously and so we didn't say this in the chapter recap, but after she throws the baby away to what she thinks is going to be Loki's death, she's had enough, right? She's I'm not having another kid. This is ridiculous. I'm going back north, right?
Yeah,
which
she
I
wants
guess
to leave.
I don't know if that meant North Elbaf or North
I
North
assume
Blue.
back to where she came from.
Yeah, wherever that was. Yeah. It could be North Blue because there's different giants. All the giants aren't necessarily in Elbaf, from what I think they've told us.
Yeah.
They are in different places too. So she just left. It's like she was done, which just shows like.
Well, and then she got sick or something as well too. It showed her kind of like laying in bed.
She did
and
get
she
sick,
was,
yes.
you know, saying something. But
Right.
Ida,
Good point.
Hardin's mom, they eventually obviously find baby Loki, of course, because he's still alive and
Yes.
everybody knows about him.
And Harold obviously like protects him.
And
Yeah.
Ida is talking about like your brother. You need to see your brother or whatever.
Talking to Haruden.
Yeah.
And Harden's like, I don't
I don't
have
want
any brother.
that.
Yeah.
So.
Right. Absolutely. I think for me, a couple of significant points. Like, you know that King Harold in this chapter is going to learn is not going to be as violent as he was before. It's good, you can learn. So like that's something that we knew was going to happen. Oh look, we get a visitor named here's our own giant, pure blood giant right here. Zuko the giant. Lord have mercy. Okay.
Okay, he's just gonna sit there.
All right. Well, it seems like he wants to be in the shot. Anyways, so like we knew that was going on. And, oh my gosh! All right, enough, cat. Hey, buddy. What I will say, I think for me, like, I think Ida is the standout character in a good sense. Oh my gosh, your butt looks disgusting. That cat. So I think Ida was a standout character in the chapter. Like, so is Estrid.
She was the most likable.
But she's the most likable. Mm-hmm. Like she's like the contrast of Estrid, right? Like the two wives.
It actually kind of reminds me of oh no, I forgot his
Disney
name.
movie?
No, in Wano, Oda.
Odin. Yeah.
Sorry, gang. Don't blame me. I just worked all day. So
Right.
Odin's wife, how she was very like.
Oh yeah.
She basically like changed his mind on a lot of things and like kind of kicked him in the butt a little bit for certain.
Yes,
certain
like matured
tasks.
him a little bit, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Ida, that's exactly what Ida did for King Harold. Is like she was his like shining light. You know what I mean? Like North Star kind of thing. And so, like, she got him out of immaturity. She got him into right thinking about the world and about the life within the world, you know, relationships between giants and humans. So that's what started it. And one interesting thing is that at the end of the chapter, when we see an older Harold who, you know, whenever Loki's being born, which is like, what, 50 years in the past?
Yes.
I think. So Harold had not yet yanked out his horns. So, like, he wasn't...
He still had his horns.
He wasn't to the point where he, like, literally, like, affects his face and rejects his past. So, like... And I wonder what's about to happen. I bet something next chapter happens that, maybe with Estrid, or maybe with the Celestial Knights that like causes him to do that. Of course, we know that he's literally probably going to die at their hands.
Yes.
Right later.
Or the world government in some way.
Right. In the kingdom, but I think Ida's a standout character, and then I think the other standout moment for me was. When we see a panel when baby Loki reached out toward Estrid, toward his mother when he first born,
and he was rejected.
For affection, and then the narrator said, he was rejected. The narrator says the Prince of Elbaf grasped for the empty air, but no hands reached out to envelop his own. Mm-hmm. And it like makes me wonder, like that's probably part of the reason why he is the way he is.
He acts the way he is.
Yeah, he's rebellious. Yes, he's unpredictable. He's violent, right? Probably because he didn't have someone showing affection, but also maybe some of that pure blood. Who knows? But yeah, I thought that was pretty crazy. So, anything else stick out to you for the chapter like this?
That was the main points.
That was the main points. Yeah, I think for me that's probably right. What are your predictions for the next couple chapters?
I think we're gonna find out why Loki covers his eyes.
Yes.
Because we saw flashbacks of his childhood where his eyes were covered
already.
When he was a kid.
Do you think people are just scared of him?
I don't know if it's because people are scared of him or he thinks he's like a freak, so he like covers his face or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
So I think we'll get backstory on that. We're gonna definitely get backstory on the dad, Harold, and what goes on with him. I don't think there's going to be like too many more chapters of backstory. I think he's going to wrap it up pretty quickly, pretty succinctly.
I agree. I bet you we'll have, my prediction is like max 3 more chapters of backstory. Now, maybe three. Because I think what's going to happen with Harold's death and with Loki taking the fruit, whatever fruit that is. Mm-hmm. Any more predictions of what the fruit's going to be? I think it's going to be serpent-like. I think it's going to have to do with his eyes. I think it's.
But he was born with those eyes.
He was born with it, right? But I've heard. Not like spoilers, but like I've heard that there's like some people online talking about some sort of like Nordic mythical like animal, like serpent animal or something. So like I wonder if that's what's going to be, which would then connect to his eyes, right? Like almost like a foreshadow. Maybe. Who knows? Yeah, I agree. But I think max 3 chapters of backstory left. So
I think so.
Any predictions on how Harold will die? the next few chapters.
I mean, he's definitely going to get betrayed. It's not going to be Loki.
Do you think Loki kills him because he has to? Like, I wonder
like
if
he becomes deranged or something.
Right, or what's that ability that Emo can use?
Oh, where he
Dom Reversi
essentially just like
takes him over.
Yeah,
and maybe Loki has to take the fruit to prevent him, because look, they were trying to take over the kingdom this way, right? Mm-hmm. They're trying to make Bragi and Dory into demon, servants of Emu, so that then they can cause all of Elbaf to fall under Emu's control. So I wonder if that's what was the intention last time too.
Before, I'd be interested to see.
Yeah, we shall see. And that's my prediction. I think that's my like number one prediction. But cool. All right. Anything else, Dad?
No.
All right, I agree. Well, guys, that does it for our weekly One Piece chapter review for chapter 1153. Thanks to all of you guys for supporting the channel and continuing to do so. We do plan on doing a One Piece chapter review every week, so be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more. Thanks, guys.
Thanks.